Hi, I'm Sam Finlayson. I'm 41. I'm currently doing a degree at Perth College and working in the Students' Association. I have 3 children. Yes, because if you're not engaged or aware of politics, then you can't moan about what's happening. To have a change or to make sure that things don't stay the status quo, you need to be involved. Yes, I vote all the time, because even though people say that, you know, our vote doesn't count in the Westminster elections, there will come a time when they do. So when they do, that we all need to start voting, and if everyone used their vote correctly, then maybe it would make a difference. It's brilliant. And I know that because I had the misfortune of using the NHS in England and it made me fully appreciate the service that we have here. The waiting times and things, yes, they're high, yes, there are issues, but when you watch the news, you only ever see the issues. You don't see the things that are going right. So, you know, perhaps if we had a bit more of the good stuff, but generally I would say I had to use the hospital in England when I was pregnant, and I used it when I came home, and I would not have had that child in England if my life depended upon it. So I would say that we have a pretty banging NHS, and hopefully it'll stay that way. I think in principle it's a good idea. I like the thought of my children being able to go to an independent person and speak to them about their worries if they have any, if they feel like they can't go to a family member. So I kind of like it in the way that they have another adult who they can kind of share things with if they need to. My worries about it are, in the news lately there's been lots of things about children being taken off their parents for smoking, you know, and doing stupid things, and I just worry that that person, if it comes down to something happening or going wrong a bit, that person's opinion will be taken over the parents, the grandparents, and that might lead to more children being taken off parents when they don't need to be. So it's good that the jobs that they have are fairly professional, and perhaps not all of them will act like that, but you will always have some radical, crazy person in that position of power with all these children under their control. And if they don't like the parents for any reason, does that mean that they're going to treat them differently or start pushing things forward, saying that they're not looking after their children properly? And that's my worry, that they get too much power and they don't use it for good, they use it for evil. I mean, when you put people at the centre of anything, feelings and thoughts are the things that drive people more than anything else. And if they have an argument with the parents over something, or the parents have an argument with them, both sides could then open themselves up to be attacked, and their children being the weapon, and that's not, I don't think that's what the bill was made for, but that's where it can go, and that's the worry. They have to put safeguards in to ensure that that can't happen, that although there's a named person, that perhaps there's another person behind them saying, hold on a minute, you know, that's not quite right. So, you know, it's a good bill, I would say, in principle, but it definitely needs tightened up to ensure that things like that don't happen. I think terrorism at the moment is probably our greatest threat, and Trident's going to do no good whatsoever in deterring it. At the end of the day, terrorism is about people, not about things. So you have to re-educate people and get into the minds of people. It's not about bombing them, it's about re-educating people and making sure that they don't go there in the first place. Well, no, it doesn't really do anybody any favours. All it does is having a big weapon, excuse me, all that does is makes other countries look at you and think, They might hit me with that, but not if I hit them first. So having stuff for defence sometimes works in the opposite way, because people think I'm going to bomb them before they bomb me, and it's just stupid.
Okay.
Yes, because what they're doing is attacking the working poor. So I have 3 children, and another thing that annoys me about it is actually down to that. I have 3 children, I get working tax credit for all of my children. No, I don't, sorry, I get child tax credit for all of my children. If my Angela was born in 2015, is it, or 2016 it comes in? 2016, I would only get for 2. But because I already get for 3, in 2016 that won't change. It will just change for people that have children in 2016. So on the one hand, if you're going to take that off people, you have to take it off everyone, because then it's not fair. 2, do we live in China? Do we have a minimum amount of children we're allowed to have and a maximum amount of children? You know, are we going to have to start culling off our girls, you know, because we have to have boys? And 3, I mean, where do you start? Most people who are in the higher tax brackets won't get child tax credits anyway. All you're doing is punishing people who, through no fault of their own, are on part-time work because they can't get a full-time job. They're on 0-hour contracts because they can't get a job. And you're just making more children poor. It just irritates me. It actually, just irritates me. Not as much as throwing into the budget that you're going to give everyone the living wage, but not taking away 0-hour contracts. I mean, do you think we're all stupid? And the fact that now that they're going to raise wages to the living wage, they're lowering the threshold for working tax credits. So they're going to lower the threshold for working tax credits, I think, to 5,000 something like that, 5 or 4.5 or something. So 16 hours is the amount of hours you have to work to get working tax credits. 16 hours on the living wage is over £5,000. So no one will actually be eligible for working tax credits anymore. And they think that nobody's noticed that that's happened, because they think we're all going to be so happy they're giving us a living wage that none of us are going to actually notice that, in essence, they've taken away working tax credits. I would say, where are the 140,000 student places gone for colleges? You're doing a disservice to FE education by taking them away. And, you know, we have a great college and university service in Scotland, and all this is doing is making it as bad as it is down south. And you inspire me because you're pretty awesome.
Yeah.